Our Nigerian Pastor Pastor Omotoso is back in the Port Elizabeth Magistrates Court today for a second day of his bail application. He was arrested by the Hawks a fortnight ago and faces human trafficking charges. The flamboyant pastor is alleged to have sexually molested and assaulted more than 25 women. The investigating officer in the case has told the court that they found 13 girls at an address Omotoso had given them. The girls say they were waiting for him. Peter Blakes has also testified that when the pastor evaded being arrested in Bloemfontein over the Easter weekend, they went to a hotel where he was booked in, but found he had already left. The manager is reported to have told the Hawks that Omotoso had 2 rooms booked, and he further alleged that 20 girls were running naked between the 2 rooms. Omotoso's defense team has questioned the investigating officers about the ages of some of the complainants, and that bail application continues. Well, let's get more on that story from the bail hearing. Let's cross live to our reporter on the scene outside, of course, the Port Elizabeth Magistrates Court. Ivira, a very good afternoon to you. Yesterday, and I can see right behind you, there was a huge presence in court, both for and against Omotoso to receive bail. I can see there's a crowd of people chanting and dancing behind you. Is this the case today? Do people still fall into different groups when it comes to whether he should be or should not be granted bail today?
Definitely, Alicia, that is still the situation. I'm actually going to ask camera lady, Nom Kenguban, I'm going to step out of the shot just in terms of to show you a better picture of what's happening behind us right now. There are definitely still 2 groups. She's going to start over with the group that's calling for no bail. I'm sure you guys can see the placards, and as well as the viewers at home, that's the group that is saying, you know, they are community members calling for no bail for Tim Omotoso. And then we have the church congregants on the other side. Mainly a lot of them are youth members as well, Alicia, if you can see, saying that, you know what, he should get bail, he should come back to the community, as he is a man that they take as a father figure and is making a huge difference in their community. So that is what's been happening, Alicia. We've been here since 8:30 this morning. You know, the recesses at court have been very short. Our fellow colleague Jade Lee Paulson, as well as Mcebisi Ngqina, are still inside court. Every time they're out, the recess sessions are about 15 minutes maximum. The last one they had was at around about lunchtime. You will remember that communication with them in terms of being inside the court is very difficult from here outside for us to communicate with them, because all communication, you know, cell phones, etc., have been confiscated. You're not allowed to be on your cell phone. Earlier on this morning, we heard that a lady, allegedly Tim Omotoso's wife, her phone rang twice within court, and the magistrate then asked her to leave court. But the advocates, you know, on his side, Tim Omotoso's lawyers, then explained to the court that this was his wife. They would then just confiscate her phones to make sure that they wouldn't ring during the processes of court.
We also understand that during the beginning of today's court proceedings or bail hearing, we understand that the investigating officer actually took to the stand. What can you update us so far on what has transpired in this case?
Peter Blakes, definitely from the Hawks, the investigating officer, did take the stand this morning. You know, mainly he's highlighting issues where how it would be a risk to actually give Omotoso bail, whereby they have identified that he's a flight risk. The state is saying that he doesn't have a permanent address where they can actually locate him. They've also said that they've tried to locate his passport. However, when they look in the system, he's actually been traveling on temporary documents, and as well as he has a lot of connections throughout various churches throughout Africa. So that would make it then easy for him to actually leave the country. And they're also saying that if he does get bail, he might actually be able to intimidate and also cross-question and use church congregant members to actually identify and locate those whom have actually come forward to say that they are victims. So it's also looking at not trying to, you know, find those that are victims being further victimized, and as well as to ensure that, you know, everyone's at safety, and also if he is a flight risk, to keep him where the state can actually find him.
All right, and a very quick one before I let you go. Are we going to get the final results or ruling when it comes to the bail application today, or it's going to go into tomorrow?
You know, by the looks of things, Alicia, I mean, the time's already 3 o'clock now, and we know that court proceedings normally end at about 4:30. I doubt that they will conclude. They might conclude today, but judgment might be heard tomorrow morning.
All right, thank you so much for that update there. That is our report on the scene, Ivura Poti, at the trial of a Nigerian pastor, Timothy Omotoso, who's accused of, among others, sexually molesting women, over 25 women. That case, that bail hearing is currently taking place in the Port Elizabeth Magistrates Court, and we'll definitely give you the concluding details of the outcome of that hearing.